Hi, entertaining universe. So I have some good news that I want to talk about in today's vlog. Most of it's sports related, so bear with me here on this vlog because I'm going to be talking about a lot of sports today, and I'm going to talk about one sad thing that happened towards the end of the vlog. So let's just dive into it. So yesterday, the 49ers were playing the Rams in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, which is near Los Angeles. And at halftime, right before halftime, the momentum kind of changed a little bit. Because the Rams were just destroying the Niners. It was 17-0 at one point, and then it was 17-3. Then it was 17-10. Then it was a tie ball game. Then it was 24-17. Then it was 24-24. The game went to overtime. We kicked a field goal at 27, and it was 27-24. The Rams got the ball back. We picked them off, or if you don't know what that means, it means we intercepted the ball in their overtime drive, and we sealed our fate, which is we're going to the playoffs. The 49ers are going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys next Sunday, the 16th at 1:30 in Dallas, Texas. Now, I don't know the outcome of the game. I don't know if anyone knows the outcome of the game, but we're a dangerous team right now. And by we, I mean I'm a 49ers fan. I don't talk about them a whole lot, but I thought, seeing as how the game is over from yesterday, that we would talk about that. And a few other good things happened yesterday as well, like the Ohio State Buckeyes won their college basketball game. Liverpool won their football match yesterday. San Jose has been winning a couple of games here and there in the last couple of days. I know I don't talk a whole lot about San Jose Sharks because, and don't get me wrong, I am a huge San Jose Sharks fan. It's just, we've been kind of having a roller coaster of a season for the last couple of seasons in ice hockey. So it's kind of, a touchy subject. Just like with the San Francisco 49ers and the San Francisco Giants and all the teams that I follow, whether it could be the Ohio State Buckeyes, college, the football team or the basketball team or whatever it may be. So that's something that I've been trying to keep up with over the past couple of days. Another thing that happened last night, now that the game is over, is that Klay Thompson returned to the Warriors and played 20 minutes and had 17 points in his big return. They were building this up for a couple of games, or at least a week, that he would return last night, and he did return yesterday, and they only played him 20 minutes just to see how he would do. And he did pretty good. He did alright. And it can only get better from here. Whatever the future has in store for us this season, it's going to be interesting now that we've got Klay Thompson back, we've got Steph Curry, we have Draymond Green, Kevin Looney. At some point in hopefully next couple of weeks, we'll have James Wiseman back. We're going to be a team to be reckoned with this year. And I'm saying that because I believe in them. And I will continue to believe in them until the day I die. Just like those other teams that I mentioned, like the San Jose Sharks, the San Francisco 49ers, the San Francisco Giants, the Ohio State Buckeyes, whether it's the basketball team or the football team or whatever other, great teams that they could have, whether it could be a volleyball, it could be in baseball. I don't even know if they have a baseball team at Ohio State. Just to give you guys kind of a heads up, and even the Golden State Warriors, they are included in that. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the season has in store for not only the Warriors, but the Niners and the Sharks and the Ohio State men's basketball team. Even the women's team, see how they do. Because March Madness is a couple months away. We'll talk about that more as we get closer and closer to March Madness, which is the tournament that happens every year in college basketball. There's like 68 teams that they choose in the season, or for the season, or for the tournament, I should say. And four teams have to play in. So it's one team versus one team. Whoever wins that game goes on to the tournament. So it's a play-in kind of a situation, and but that's not until March. We're almost halfway through January. Now, with that being said, I have some heartfelt news that I don't know if you had heard this, or if you're watching this video, you know what I'm going to say next. The guy who played Danny Tanner in Full House and Fuller House, Bob Saget, passed away yesterday at the age of 65 years old. And, you know, I grew up watching Full House in the 90s. That was the show that was one of the shows that was on, on whether it was on Nickelodeon, or I think it was a Nickelodeon show. I could be wrong. It might have been something like that. You had Candace Cameron. You had Jodie Sweetin. You had Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. You had John Stamos. You had Bob Saget. You had Lori Lawton. And just, there was just so many amazing people that were part of that show. And Bob Saget, even though, there was some controversy with him like 5 or 6 years ago because of something he did, but he was a great actor. If you watched the Full House, or if you watched the American Funniest Home Videos, he was the host of that show for a little bit. And anything else that he did, he was just a great actor. I never got to meet him. It would have been awesome to have met him. And it's just sad to see someone that you watched as a child, or you watched as a kid growing up in the 90s, if you were a 90s baby, to watch Full House for I think it was like 8 or 9 seasons, or maybe it was 7 seasons. I can't remember how many seasons there were, but there were quite a few of them. There was more than 5. Let's just put it that way. I think there was at least 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. Somewhere around 6 to 8 seasons of that show. And then you had Fuller House, which is a newer show that ended like back in 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2019. Which was 30 years later. You still had most of the same cast there, except for maybe a few who passed away in those 30 years. But for the most part, the cast was still all there. You had Andrea Barber, and just so many great actors and actresses. But he was the focal point, one of the focal points of the show, because he was the father. He was the one that everyone looked up to on this show. And I'm not trying to say I had a crush on him, because that's not what I'm saying at all. He was just, he was the most important, one of the most important characters on the show. And that's what you guys need to realize is I'm not saying every single one of you has seen Full House or Fuller House. There are individuals who are too young to even know what that show is. He was, the whole, not the whole show, but part of the show that made it great. Don't get me wrong, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who played, who were the youngest. You got, Candace Cameron, who played DJ Tanner. You had Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie Tanner. You had John Stamos, who played Uncle Jesse, and then Dave Collier, who played the best friend. You know, you had so many amazing cast members part of that show, and he was just up there at the top. And it's sad to see that he passed away at 65 years old. And it's sad. It's very sad. Now, with that being said, I've got a couple birthdays that I want to wish today. And then I'm going to say my outro and say goodbye. So, I want to wish Cassandra Dawn a happy birthday, and Natalie Magolin, who, if you don't know who that is she's better known as Alinity Divine on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram. Everywhere you go, that's what her name is. But her real name is Natalia Magolin. So those are the two birthdays we have today. There is one birthday tomorrow, and then there's two birthdays on the 12th. So I just wanted to give you kind of a recap before I say my outro and say goodbye. So the Niners are going to the playoffs. Klay Thompson returned. Bob Saget passed away. And I'm supporting all my teams no matter how bad their season is or how great their season is. I'm going to support them for the rest of my life. And I will see you tomorrow with the brand spanking new vlog. And ciao. Bye-bye.